As energy bills skyrocket because of the heat, Eversource has a program that could save you some cash. I'm Joe Monti. I'll tell you more about it coming up.
And two 17-year-olds have now been charged in a double homicide outside a Waterbury nightclub. The developing details coming up in a live report.
Good Wednesday morning. Thanks so much for starting your day off with us. It's going to be another hot one. We're going to get through it. Thanks for being here. I'm Erica Arias.
And I am Bridget Piorlo. Yes, 76 degrees already in Hartford, and it's only 6 o'clock on your Wednesday. Let's send it outside to Rachel Piscatelli.
Now, let's go outside to the New England Patio and Hearth Outdoor Studio.
Certainly another warm one on tap, but you may have noticed yesterday afternoon we had a bit of a haze in the sky, all tied to some wildfire smoke that is over in Canada, the wildfires in Canada, Ontario, as well as parts of Minnesota. So we are looking at the opportunity here for a little bit more in the way of wildfire smoke to impact us as a plume comes through, and that will filter our sunshine at times. In the meantime, though, we are looking at very mild conditions. It feels like that outside, looking at 75 degrees in Hartford, 77 in Windsor Locks, 74 degrees in Groton, and 72 over in New Haven. Now looking at that smoke impact for today, you'll start to see that build in over time, and there may be a bit more in the way of some concentration over our area. So you might even be able to at times smell it. It shouldn't be a widespread issue, but there's also that opportunity for some reduced air quality too at times for those that are suffer from respiratory issues. So that's certainly something to be mindful of as the day goes on. Not only that, but we are going to be very hot this afternoon. Temperatures getting up into the low 90s, but with that haziness, it may stunt our temperature growth, very similar to yesterday afternoon. And then eventually we start to see that humidity drop off over time too. So the second half of the day, at least the back half of our Wednesday, shouldn't be as humid as where we're starting right now. Other than that, we will see that humidity drop. The temperatures get down to the upper 70s by about 10 o'clock tonight. It turns breezy too, wind speeds anywhere from 10 to 20, occasional gusts closer to 20 to 25. We'll talk about where we go from here. We'll walk you through that hour by hour and get you caught up on what you need to know for the rest of our work week coming up in just a bit. Now let's check in with the roads this morning here at about 6:02. Still reports of some road work here on 90 or 91. Also looking at 84 this morning in the capital city. Some delays there, and then we also have those that road work wrapping up here over in Vernon. So a bit of a delay on 84 as you're traveling into downtown. Hartford now on 91 as well as in New Haven. Look all right. A little bit more in the way of volume as you're leaving the Elm City this morning. Fairfield County, some minor delays. Taking a look at our drive times from Cromwell to New Haven, it's around 25 minutes. We have normally we have some road work in the area. It looks like that has wrapped up nice and early, so folks shouldn't be encountering too much of a delay towards Meriden and Wallingford. Over to you.
Rachel, thanks. Well, the temperatures are really cranking. It is hot and humid out there, so people are doing whatever they can to stay cool, cranking up the AC, turning on the fans, and that is really driving up people's energy bills in large demand. We're checking in with Fox 61's Joe Monti. He has more on a program with Eversource. And the goal is to improve the bills and the service despite the heat, right? That is the ultimate goal.
Yeah, good morning, Erica. As you mentioned, look, people's energy bills are through the roof right now, and that's because they're trying to cool their homes in this hot and muggy heat that we've experienced lately. And there's one way you can do it, and it's through this demand response program called Connected Solutions. It's through Eversource, and they're basically helping people save some money on their energy bills using smart technology. And the way it works is that it basically reduces the amount of energy your home is using, or it shifts it to a different source like a battery pack during the peak periods of energy during the day. Now, energy use, the peak periods of energy use during the day. And Eversource officials say this program helps manage the high demand for energy, especially during those high use periods, and it keeps their services more reliable. And there are other incentives that you could get if you become part of the program beyond lower energy bills. You could earn $50 for enrolling a qualified smart thermostat and another $20 at the end of the summer. if you have a home battery system. Eversource may pull some energy to help the grid when it's being strained, but you'll be paid for how much energy is pulled from your battery, and any of these adjustments to your energy would take place between now and September 30th in the hours between 3 p.m. and 8 p.m., those peak usage hours. Again, Eversource will not draw from your home battery for at least 2 days before any predicted extreme weather event, and you have complete control over your thermostat whenever you want to opt out of these energy-saving adjustments. And Talik Subramanian, Eversource's Vice President of Energy Efficiency and Electric Mobility, says participating customers' flexibility helped lower demand at a critical time and supported reliable service across our communities. The early contributions from Eversource's connected solutions also gave us a clearer view of how more targeted customer flexibility can address local systems needs during high-use periods. Again, those grids can come under some strain, especially with everybody trying to cool their homes at the same time, and those peak hours between 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. can be a struggle for them. So these types of programs, this connected program really helps them, but it helps you too in terms of the savings. So if you're interested in applying, you can check our website, fox61.com. We have more information on the program and a location where you can apply as well. For now in Hartford, Joe Monti, Fox 61.
All right, Joe, thanks so much. And we want everyone to keep in mind with the extreme heat, the state's hot weather protocol is in place. It's in place now through Thursday afternoon. You can call 211 or visit 211ct.org for more information and to find a cooling center near you.
Well, 2 teenagers have been charged with murder and the death of 2 people outside a nightclub in Waterbury. It happened on the July 4th holiday weekend at LA 42 in Waterbury. Police say the pair fired several shots into the crowd outside the club. And Fox 61's Erin Coogan is following the story. She's live from Waterbury Police Headquarters this morning. Erin, police say the alleged shooters left evidence at the scene that helped officers identify them.
Yeah, well, it was just yesterday that police identified those 2 individuals accused of shooting and killing an 18 and 22-year-old outside of that Waterbury club, both just 17 years old, but now held on $3 million bail. Prosecutors say because of the severity of this crime, they're going to be tried in adult court. Now take a look. This is where it all happened at the LA 42 nightclub. Police now alleging 17-year-old DeAndre Weaver of West Hartford and 17-year-old Dorian Glenn of New Britain as responsible for the 2 deaths. Investigation reveals the pair of underage boys were involved in some sort of altercation inside the club before exiting the building, grabbing a set of guns and unleashing on a crowd that spilled just outside the front doors. Now 18-year-old Sanaya Dawkins and 22-year-old Trayvon Dunbar, both of Waterbury, were hit and killed. At this time, neither victim is said to have any connection to the suspects. Upon the pair's arrest this past week, police say they recovered handguns and other evidence related to the crime.
Several handguns along with other items of evidence were recovered at that point in time. We've conducted some analysis, forensic analysis on these weapons. We've done some NIBIN work with these weapons, and we do have a connection between these 2 weapons and shell casings that were found at the scene of the homicide here in Waterbury.
And while exactly what led up to that altercation inside of the club is still under investigation, we know both boys will face murder and other related charges. That club remains closed. In Waterbury, Erin Coogan, Fox 61.
Oh, 6:08 now. The state agency that investigates police shootings released body cam and dash cam video of an officer-involved shooting in Manchester that happened late Sunday night.
Yeah, the officer of the Inspector General also released a preliminary finding. That report says that despite a report that the suspect was wielding a knife, no knife was ever found. Fox 61's Brett Harden has the details.
Sunday, July 12th, shortly before 11 p.m., Manchester police received 2 911 calls from the same man saying a family member, now identified as 18-year-old David Cordero, was, quote, out of control and armed.
Does he have, is it a kitchen knife, a pocket knife?
Kitchen knife.
Officers were dispatched to the home at 994 Parker Street and were warned the suspect was armed with a knife. Officer Anthony DeJulius was the first to arrive, and just as he exited his police cruiser, he saw Cordero chasing another man running toward him. DeJulius ordered Cordero to stop and then fired 3 shots, hitting him in the shoulder.
What are you doing? Hey, stop! Hey, stop!
We saw police going by, and within minutes we heard gunshots.
Two neighbors say they were out walking their dog when they heard the gunshots.
It scared us, so we headed right for the house.
Now, a preliminary report from the Office of Inspector General says despite the 911 caller's report that Cordero was armed with a kitchen knife, no knife was recovered from the scene. Cordero received medical treatment at the scene and then was taken to Hartford Hospital. The Inspector General's office continues to investigate the shooting.
And that was Fox 61 anchor Brent Harden reporting this morning. Cordero was treated and released and has been charged with assault in the 3rd degree, criminal trespass in the 1st degree, disorderly conduct, and criminal mischief in the 3rd degree.
The Orange Police Department is investigating one of its own sergeants following an arrest in Hartford. Court records show that Sergeant Frank Kocius was arrested July 11th on charges of disorderly conduct, interfering with an officer, and also 1st degree criminal trespass. He was released on a promise to appear. He's due in Hartford Community Court today. Orange police say that Kocius reported the arrest to the department, and an internal investigation is now underway. Officials with the department say that he has no disciplinary history in his 9 years with the department.
The city of Hartford is helping dozens of people find housing after a roof collapse forced them from their homes earlier this month. The July 4th collapse on Sumner Street displaced 40 adults and 8 kids. City inspectors found multiple safety violations at the property, including unpermitted repairs and damage to fire barriers. Mayor Aruna Navarampallam says eligible tenants are being offered up to $4,000 in relocation assistance.
These things don't happen by accident. This wasn't unforeseen. When you don't take care of your properties, when you own properties in the city, and you make millions off of properties in the city and you don't take care of your properties, people get hurt. These are real properties and real people. These are real people who are getting hurt. And you might sit out there in Woodmere, New York, and you may not have to think about them. This might just feel like dollars on a spreadsheet to you. But we think about them every single day. These are our neighbors. These are our residents.
The property owner, Shlomo Sarat, appears on Mayor Aruna Navarampalam's problem landlords list, which identifies owners with a history of serious code violations or other serious concerns. City officials say their immediate focus right now remains in helping displaced tenants find safe housing while the building's future is being evaluated.
Coming up next here on Fox 61, a popular stove sold at Best Buy is being recalled. We'll tell you why officials say it could pose a fire hazard. Stay with us.